what defines my name. NAS, what defines my name. NAS, what defines my name.
DNA of King James, Kenneth St. Michael, polygamous minded, 7 wives on ridiculous timing. They always share the same title. That be the talk. That's foul like I thought by 40 rapping is corny. How wrong was I? Never would have thought that 50 new songs by Nas would be hard to lie.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. As it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
Off the play fake, Gabriel. There's a short one caught by Fannin. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in a season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Pass caught by Fannin. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
And he is going to be stopped. Cold behind the line of scrimmage. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
10 black. Ready.
Throwing now, Gabriel. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
3-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Come on, set. Ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You look at this Baltimore defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Wester on the return. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, you know, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards, well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
That's good for a Browns. 1st down. A gain of 12. 1st down, Browns.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. An inside run with Judkins. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he works moves his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Working out of the gun here, Gabriel. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Mason Graham in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Hey, report.
Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's got some space here. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
After the sack, you can understand it maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish. But looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The Ravens are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They're all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in Week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Black 40.
And now they'll shift things around. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third.
Come on, set. 33, yellow. Set, go.
To throw, Gabriel. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at the 23-yard line.
No, we changed.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This is 2nd and 8.
It's on.
They go play action with Jackson. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
To throw is Jackson. Touchdown! Zay Flowers with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Luke now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Second down and 3.
Set, ready. Blue, 30, set.
And give up the middle, Jenkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's Gabriel. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. one across the 35. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be home in by the tight end Andrews. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Here we go. Here we go. 45. Right. Ready.
On the ground, it's Judkins to start the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Set, hut. Red, 38. Hut, hut.
To the air is Gabriel. Setting up a screen for Judkins. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Block 40.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll run it again with Henry. Room here to run. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns 13. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
When he's saying I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been true.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
180!
Throwing is Jackson. This one caught by his tight end Andrews. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now Lamar changing the play.
1st and goal at the 1 yard line.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches, and then you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Ravens 35, Browns nothing.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Yellow, 43.
Now Gabriel. And it's taken in by Bowman. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 5.
Ready.
On play action, it's Gabriel. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 10 putt, 52 blaster.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready?
This offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Block 40. Set.
They'll try and run here with Jenkins. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Down. Ready.
They'll give it to Jenkins. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 31-yard line.
Gabriel looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. Here we go. Red, 38. 10.
Gabriel from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Yeah, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Play action. Now Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gets...
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Stout in punt formation for the Ravens.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and a couple.
Ready, ready, cut.
Back to throw. Gabriel. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Gabriel. He's got a man. That's Bond. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Big yardage advantage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Let's go now. Yellow, 20. Watch out now. 50 series. Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throws to the sideline, incomplete to Judy. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
That's another Browns first down.
Set, hut.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. But it's have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Baltimore, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns.
Why you all in my face, taking up all of my space? You should get out of my way. You should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do. I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think.